name is Paul Babbage. Welcome to Golfing Sense. Hello, my name is Paul Babbage and this is Golfing Sense. We're out on the red course at Farley Golf Club today and I've got one of the members, Luke, with me.
Hello.
And we're going to play a hole, and Luke is going to play one ball and he's going to play exactly how he wants to do it, and then there's going to be a second ball and I'm going to tell him what to do as if I'm his caddy. What's your handicap, Luke?
24.
24. So what club are you going to hit, Luke?
So I've got my 3-wood. 3-wood.
So I've had no influence on this whatsoever. And for a little bit of background, this is a par 4. There's a ditch about 220 yards away and there's a little bit of wind in our face. And there are also 2 bunkers just short of the ditch, around about 180, 190 yards. So 3-wood off the tee and it went left into the woods. Oops. If you were going to hit 10 balls with your 3-wood or your driver, how many would you expect to hit straight?
I don't know, maybe 4 or 5.
And that's generous. That's almost a 50% hit rate on the fairways, which is very good. I mean, you see the golf on the TV, those guys are probably 75, 80% at best on the fairways hit. So already you're choosing a club that is going to be more likely to go wayward than not. And this particular hole, there's trees and rough left, rough to the right, bunkers and a ditch, quite a lot of hazards. So probably not the best hole to take a club you're not so straight with. The hole itself is 346 yards. Playing off a 24 handicap, Luke, what would be a good score for you here?
On this
4,
hole,
5, 6, what would you be happy with?
I'd be very happy with 5.
Very happy with 5. So if we think of it like that, basically the plan would be to hit the green in 3 shots and hopefully take 2 putts. So if we split 340 yards into 3, it's around about 115 yards per shot. So if we can hit 3 lots of 115, you're there. It's a little bit into the wind, so what club would you say you hit about 125, 135 yards?
Maybe 8 iron.
8 iron. And if I gave you 10 8 irons and I gave you a fairway that's 50 to 60 yards wide, how many of those would you think you might hit into the fairway?
Maybe 80%.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot higher than with the wood. So I want you to grab an 8 iron. Normally you'd be hitting an 8 iron to a green, and a green is way smaller than the fairway. So where you actually tee up doesn't really matter that much. Just aim at the middle of the fairway, and I want you to swing nice and smooth, maybe 80%, not going to try and hit it too hard. Okay, so Luke has hit his 8 iron. We're down just to the right of the fairway now. There is 223 yards to go. So he's hit it 123 yards off the tee, which is exactly what we wanted. So we're going to get the 8 iron again, Luke, and try and hit the same. There is a ditch in front of us, but 115 yards gets you over, so the club should be fine. So cracking shot from Luke, dead straight, nice swing, similar to the first. We're over the ditch, so in prime position. We're now down on the left-hand side of the hole where Luke's 3-wood shot went. He unfortunately hooked it left into the trees. We're going to play Monday morning rules, which means I'll let him drop one out roughly where it went in with a 1-shot penalty. So I'm going to be generous. As promised, I'm not going to say a word, and you go with whatever you'd like to. 185 yards to go to the hole. Luke hit a 6 iron from semi-rough. He's missed the green to the right by the looks of it, and it did take a kick to the right, so it might be okay, it might be in some longer rough, but we'll see when we get up there. We're back to ball number 2 now, which is my ball, where I've told Luke what to do on each shot. So far he's hit 2 8 irons. We're now 86 yards from the green, So he's covered actually more like 280 yards with 2 8-irons into a bit of wind on a fairly tough hole. We're sitting in the middle of the fairway, so it's stress-free golf, 86 yards. So what club do you hit around 100 yards, Luke?
Pitching wedge.
So take your pitching wedge. I want you to grip roughly halfway down, feel like you make a 3/4 swing or up to your shoulder, something like that. Again, like I said on the tee, 80% swing, not too hard at the ball. The flag's cut on the left side of the green and there's a bunker within about 3 or 4 yards of it. So I'm going to get Luke to aim a good 3 or 4 yards to the right of the flag so that we keep well away from that danger. So we're not even going to think about the flag here, just aim at that tree at the back of the green, level with the middle of it.
The tall tree.
That's it, with the sort of spiky top to it.
Yeah.
So grip a little bit halfway down, 3/4 swing, nice and smooth.
Thin that a bit.
So Luke has hit that shot onto the green, middle of the green I think by the looks of it. So we'll try and 2-putt that for the 5. We've reached ball number 1 again, which is Luke's ball. He's hit a 3-wood in the trees so far and then dropped out with a 1-shot penalty. Hit a 6-iron from 185 yards in the semi-rough to this point, which is about 40 yards at least, maybe more to the flag. And if you just have a quick look at the ball, you're sitting down a little bit in the rough there. So this is shot number 4. As usual, I won't say anything, so whatever you want to do. The world is your oyster.
So I've got a 50-degree wedge and I'm going to try and chip it just onto the edge of the green. See if it'll run.
Pretty good shot.
Yeah, wasn't actually what I was trying to do, but it turned out quite good.
But so you hit a 50-degree there, Luke, and just tried to basically pitch it onto the green.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit lower, but it's worked out fine. You're on the green, so putting. Yeah. We're up at the green now, and as you can see, there are 2 balls there. The one that's closer, which is my one, that putt is for a par 4, and the one slightly further away is Luke's ball. That's for a bogey 5. Just to recap slightly, the shots that got you to this point, if we think back of your ball, Luke, you hit a 3-wood off the tee. Yeah. Quite a difficult shot, a lot can go wrong and you end up losing the ball. Then you chose a 6-iron from 185 from the semi-rough. Why did you choose the 6-iron?
Well, I was already 2 shots down. I had a long way to go. A good 6-iron would have got me here.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite wide open up here.
But would you say that hitting a 6-iron from 185 yards in semi-rough with a gap to aim at of maybe 15 yards is at a 24 handicap level an easy shot to pull off?
No, it'd be a great shot.
Exactly. So it's like a 1 in 10 shot probably at best. Yeah. So you've spent the hole hitting shots that are very difficult, high risk. If we look at the other way round, you've hit 2 8-irons and a pitching wedge. Would you say any of those shots at any point made you nervous or made you feel like this is going to be difficult? Yeah, so easy shots, and you've ended up with a decent par putt. So we'll go and have a go at the putts and see what the final result is. Ooh, really good putt. So we'll tap that one in. And that is a 6.
Yeah.
So now we go for this one. So I want you to try and leave this one anything within maybe 1 foot short of the hole and 2 feet past the hole, if you can. Very nice putt. So that's within your 2 foot past the hole, so we'll knock that one in. But before you do, take your time. I want you to treat this with the same respect as you would any other putts, because it matters the same and counts for the same amount of shots. So we'll make sure this goes in. Set. Very well done. So that's a 5. In conclusion, Luke's ball where I didn't say anything was a 6. The ball where I told him what to do was a 5. And all we did on that ball was make decisions that required less risk, easier shots. I'll be posting new videos and tutorials regularly. Hit the subscribe button and join me, Paul Babbage, on Golfing Sense.